Well, the iPod revolutionised the tech industry, and this week Apple unveiled its latest model. But with the rise of smartphones, it feels like it has become obsolete, with many wondering who is actually using them.
I bought one. I bought one for Leo.
You are the person.
I'm that person. It turns out, but that humble iPod, though, is actually being used kind of like a burner phone. So CEO of Calamity Monitoring, Daniel Lewkovitz, is here to explain. Daniel, good to see you again, mate. So my son's not using it as a burner. This seems like I'm in a movie here. Are we using iPods as burners?
Well, the biggest news story here is that people are still buying iPods, which is a device that came out 18 years ago, but most people remember it as a music playing device.
Yeah.
It's since evolved. It now has a touch screen, and the easiest way to describe it is almost like, say, an iPhone 7, touch screen, mobile apps, but no actual SIM card or phone. So what people are now theoretically or practically able to do with it is actually install communications apps on it, whether it's
like
for email
or something
or
like that.
if with a bit of manipulation you can get WhatsApp working on it, Skype, things like that, and you can use it the same way you might on a phone, provided of course it's connected to Wi-Fi. But what it's missing is the GPS tracking technology, as well as the ability perhaps for governments or someone who's trying to follow you to use the mobile aspect of it to follow the device. So they're quite a secure device in that sense, but over and above that is also the fact that it's not something that's necessarily going to draw suspicion. So let's say you're a journalist who's crossing a border or perhaps you're involved in espionage or something like that. You can take a phone across and it's going to be searched, it's going to be checked, so would paperwork and things like that, but a fairly innocuous looking device might fly under the radar.
So, I mean, the FBI, when they searched Paul Manafort's storage unit, he was the former campaign director for Trump, they found 7 iPods. I mean, what did they suspect he was using that for? Do you know?
Well, the interesting thing is if there was one iPod, it might fly under the radar. But as soon as they saw 7 there, they thought, well, hang on, this is weird. And of course, then they had the luxury of doing forensics on it and working out what's going on. See, we know that governments can track people using cellular interception. They can follow a person in a crowd. They can intercept SMS messages. And there's also bad actors in the private sector who do this as well. For example, with banking fraud, when you receive an SMS that comes from your bank to prove that it's you, they can trick a network into porting your SIM card over to their phone, and that way they can actually receive those SMS and they can steal money that way. iPods theoretically are impervious to this because they simply don't have that SMS to begin with.
All right, Daniel, well, it looks like I've done something very dodgy here by buying my son what I thought was a music listening device, but thanks so much, mate. Good to see you again.
Thank you.